captions behind a person, it's super easy to do. I'll show it to you.
Okay, let's use this podcast sample for this tutorial.
It starts with a single decision to show up, even when you don't feel like it.
First, go to text and make sure to click on transcript so your text is automatically generated. Here you can also make adjustments if needed. If everything looks fine, click on the CC button, which stands for Create Captions, and move both sliders to the beginning. Then set line to single to create word-by-word captions.
It starts with a single decision to show up, even when you don't feel like it.
Okay, as you can see, we now have the captions we want. You can still make some small adjustments if Premiere made any mistakes, so just check that everything is correct and aligned with the timing of the speech. Taking a moment to review your captions ensures they look clean and professional. Let me speed this up for you. If you have any questions about creating captions, I've linked a full tutorial in the description.
It starts with a single decision to show up, even when you don't feel like it.
Highlight the captions, then go to Graphics and Titles, and click Upgrade Captions to Graphics. Now we're able to make adjustments, position, and animate the captions behind this guy. First, select the first caption, and in the Properties panel, choose a nice font for it. Just make sure to double-click here, and under Fonts, choose SF Pro Display with the bold style so it matches the caption look. Using bold, clean fonts like this is important because they're easier to read and help your captions stand out, which is key for viral-style content. Increase the size for now and set the tracking to around -50 for a cleaner look. Then go to Shadows and set the values to 15, 15, and 170. Next, scroll down to Link Style on the plus icon and click on Create Style to save this as a preset for your future captions. Just give it a name, and that's it. You can now find this preset in your project panel. Simply select all the other captions and drag and drop the preset onto them. This is very useful because it keeps all captions consistent and saves a lot of time.
It starts with a single decision to show up, even when you don't feel like it.
Next, we want to place the captions behind the talking guy. To do that, duplicate the podcast layer and select it. Then click on the new Object Mask tool to mask him out. This only works if you select the clip you want to mask. Then go to Effect Controls and start the masking process. Just click on this small tracking icon. Premiere does a really good job, and this tool will change a lot for our edits. Now, drag the mask down to opacity so the guy is separated from the background. This allows the captions to appear behind him, creating a much more dynamic and professional look. Now move the masked clip above the captions. This way, the captions appear behind the subject, giving the edit a much more engaging style. Let's leave a bit of space, because we're going to animate the captions next. As you can see, the captions are already positioned behind him. Let's start positioning our word-by-word captions. Select the first caption, and in the Properties panel, decrease the size. Then use the Selection tool to place it, for example, in the upper left corner. I think this position works really well. Now check which words should appear together in this example. It starts. Make sure the word it ends exactly when starts begins. Then highlight the word starts and position it right under it. Increase the size since we want it a bit bigger. For example, place it behind his head so the letter S almost disappears behind him. Make sure to position the word it so it aligns nicely with starts. Let's check it out now.
It starts with a single.
Looks already very dope. The next words are with a single, so make sure with A has the same width as single. Make sure to select the caption and position it using the Selection tool. Let's place it around here. In the Properties panel, you can increase the size to make it bigger. Let's position the letter A so it almost disappears behind his head. Next, highlight the word single and position it next to his face. In the Properties panel, increase the size since we want this word to be a bit bigger. We can position the word right behind his face so the letter S is almost hidden. Since we also want the microphone in front of the word single, duplicate the first layer and place it above the captions. Then use the Object Mask tool to select the microphone so we can separate it from the background and place the captions behind it. In Effect Controls, start tracking the microphone. Then drag the mask down to opacity, as we learned, so the microphone is isolated. As you can see, our word is behind the microphone.
It starts with a.
We can still make some adjustments. For example, we can give the letter A its own caption so we can position it more precisely. To do this, make a cut when he starts saying A, then extend the first caption to the same length. After that, just adjust the captions so they don't overlap or repeat. Also make sure to always check the positioning so the words work well with the subject in the frame. Look for words that visually fit together and place them in a way that supports the composition. Small adjustments like this can make the captions look much more dynamic and professional. Make sure the letter A is almost behind his head. Then do the final positioning and resizing of the word with. For example, we can decrease the size so the letter A stands out a bit more. Make sure to position it properly, and now let's check how it looks.
It starts with a single decision.
I think we can work with this. The next word is decision. Let's place this word on its own. Position it using the selection tool, then increase the size in the properties panel. Place it behind his head, and if you want, you can change the color under fill to green to give it a unique look. If you scroll down, you can find the fill setting here. Just choose the color you want. Let me speed this up for you since the positioning takes a while. After positioning everything, we'll animate the captions so they stand out even more.
It starts with a single decision to show up, even when you don't feel like it.
Let me show you the simplest way to animate captions. Just go to the Effects panel, and if you've downloaded my Caption animation pack, you can animate the captions by simply dragging and dropping the presets. You can find the download link in the description. The pack includes over 20 unique animations. Simply drag and drop the effect onto the captions, and that's it.
It starts.
As you can see, these smooth slides animations, it look very professional. Let's continue with the effects. For the next caption, we can try a slide from the right or from the top to see how it looks.
It starts with a single
This also looks crazy good, and it's super fast to apply. For the word decision, we can use a fade in and fade out animation. These also look really dope, as you can see here.
It starts with a single decision to show up.
Let me also show you some other effects from this pack. For example, this clean zoom, or this smooth shadow, which instantly adds a shadow to the word. I really like this one because it creates a nice sense of depth. Also check out this focus invert effect. Invert flips the background colors to make the caption pop.
It starts with a single decision to show up, even when you don't feel like it.
Let's continue with this pack. I also want to show you this nice flicker effect, which makes the word flicker. Let's use the word even in our example. Just drag and drop the flicker effect onto it.
Even.
You can see how dope it looks. Just continue using the effects from the pack. You can either mix different animations or keep a clean and consistent style. This pack will save you a lot of time and can really be a game changer for your caption animations. I also made sure to keep the price very fair, so it's accessible for creators who want to improve their edits without spending hours animating captions manually. Let's finish this podcast example with the last 3 effects from the pack. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments, and make sure to check out my full caption guide where you can get a deeper look. Also, feel free to check out my YouTube channel, where I share many more Premiere Pro tutorials and editing tips.
It starts with a single decision to show up, even when you don't feel like it.